Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am Lucille. I am a 52-year-old solo female and I travel across the United States in my Class C RV. So stay tuned because today I'm going to show you one of the easiest RV fixes I think is out there. And for those of you who have an RV, you know that RV repairs can be pricey. So I was pretty excited to find out that this was something I was going to be able to fix myself. And trust me, when I say it's the easiest repair, it's definitely the easiest. So stay tuned. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope this helps you someday. So those of you who have just started watching me, every year for the past, I'd say 5 years, I come to California and spend time with my mom for the holidays. So I do what we call mooch docking. I plug into her house to get some basic power needs while I'm here visiting before I get ready to go down south to the courtside area to do all the fun stuff that we do down there. So this is normally where I park. Her house is over here. Obviously, I don't want to show too much of my location, but this is the RV that I travel in. My RV is a Thor 4 Winds Model 22E and sits on an E-350 Ford chassis. For those of you who didn't know and are new to the channel, I am retired from the military and I travel the United States pretty much living full-time in this RV. I do have a home base in northern Arizona, but I am rarely there. I spend most of my time in this RV, which I really enjoy. I spent so much time away when I was in the military, so when I retired, I wanted to get an RV, travel the United States, and see my country, and so that's what I am doing. I prefer to boondock, which means basically free camping on BLM land or Bureau of Land Management. I also meet up with friends and travel with them or meet up with them from time to time. Since I can remember, I've always had this sense of wanderlust inside me. So I am currently 52 years old and I plan to continue traveling and living this nomadic lifestyle. In the summertime, I like to go up high in elevation to find cooler temperatures. And in the wintertime, I like to go down south where the temperatures are mild. I don't know how long I'll be doing this, but for now, I don't really see an end to it. I really enjoy being able to pick up and go whenever I want to. Okay, so let me tell you what has been going on. When I drive, I like to, usually when I first take off to move from point A to point B, I turn down the volume on the stereo pretty low just to listen to the truck and make sure everything sounds right and is running right. And then once I get on the road and I get in my rhythm, I like to turn up the radio, play music, sing, and enjoy the trip. I love music. So I was driving the last few times and I've noticed the buttons on my steering wheel were starting to go out. I felt like I was having to press them really hard to make the volume go up and down or to change the channel, things like that. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Here is my screen, and of course there are buttons here. If I want to change the settings, I go here. I can turn on my backup camera, all that good stuff. So when I'm driving, I normally do have it on the backup camera just to see what's going on. I like to have it on. But when I'm driving and I hear a good song, I like to be able to use these buttons here to turn the volume up and down. Of course, my cruise is over here. Those are working fine, but these started going out. So I found myself having to press harder and harder to get the volume to go up. You can see that it's not working. If I go over here, let me put it back on the radio. Obviously, the volume buttons are working just fine. Here's the down, here's up. Yeah, see? Okay, so when I go back to, oh, I better turn it down so I don't get any copyright hits. Okay, so when I have it on camera, I've noticed there's been a little flashing battery here. It's not there right now, but it kept showing low battery, low battery. I couldn't figure out what it was talking about. So quickly, I put two and two together and I thought, well, maybe, surely this can't just run off of a battery. So, of course, being who I am, I decided to try to take it apart. And I tried YouTubing it to see if there were any videos out there to figure out how to fix this problem. You know, if I had to take the steering wheel apart to try to see if there was a loose wire, something. So I couldn't find any videos about it. So I just decided to start taking it apart myself. And this is what I found. I know the lighting is kind of bad here, you guys, but I'm doing the best I can to shoot this. So basically, I just grabbed a screwdriver, a flathead, and I'm going to take this apart. You literally just pop this out. Well, in this case, the whole thing just sticks on there. But you want to pop this open. That's it. There is a, what is that? A CR2032 battery in there. So we are going to pop that battery out, put in a new one, and then test the buttons again. It's going to pop out a new battery. We're going to put in the new one. Pop that right in, hopefully. There we go. Pop the back of this back on. And then put it back on the steering wheel. This literally just sticks on there. I definitely think this will be popping off at some point. But maybe not. Maybe it'll stay. Anyway, I've got that on there really good. Now let's see if the buttons will work now. Well, I'm not going to test the stereo because I don't want any copyright music to come on. So I think we're just going to try seeing if the camera will come on from using the buttons here. Ooh, hoo, hoo. It's going to work. Ooh. Well, it's working. I just can't figure out how to select the camera. But yeah, it's working. Just the fact that you can hear the beeping, well, you could a minute ago. And see, obviously the volume is going up and down, all by using the buttons here. See, guys, I wasn't lying. When I said easy, that was easy. So the fact that all you need is a screwdriver and a new battery, you can't beat that. Anyway, I couldn't find a video, like I mentioned earlier, on how to do this. So I figured I'd make one. An easy DIY RV repair. No having to unhook truck batteries, house batteries, nothing like that. Just a simple reusable battery that you replace and it works again. That's all I have for you guys today. This was going to be a short video. I'm really not putting a lot of time into making videos for this time of year because I know people are spending time with their families and friends for the holidays. But please, 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 if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. My goal this year was to reach 3,000 subscribers by January, and I'm almost there, so please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. So after I leave Mom's, I am headed south back to Arizona to Lake Pleasant to meet up with some friends for New Year's Eve and some easy camping on a lake. And then I'll be headed back down to the Quartzsite area for the RTR, which is coming up and some other meetup. So stay tuned. I hope you guys are having a safe and happy holiday season, and we will see you next week. Thanks again for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you for watching. And if you like this video, please remember to give me a thumbs up, hit the like button. And again, please double check to see if you are subscribed. I'm trying to reach that 3K by January. See you guys next week. Take care and peace.